Jets fans. The New York Jets just made another move before the official NFL schedule release. And honestly, this signing says a lot about what Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey are trying to build in New York, because veteran wide receiver Tim Patrick is officially a New York Jet. At first glance, some fans might look at the numbers and think, wait, 15 catches, 147 yards? Why is this important? But this move is not about flashy stats. This is about leadership, trust, culture, depth, chemistry, and building a smarter football team. And the craziest part? It feels like Tim Patrick was destined to become a Jet eventually, because this connection has been building for years, and now it finally happened.
But before we get into it, if you're a die-hard Jets fan, make sure you're subscribed to Jetstream News. We're your go-to source for daily engaging content on all things. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers this offseason by hitting that subscribe button now.
The Jets signed veteran wide receiver Tim Patrick to a one-year contract. Patrick is now 32 years old and is coming off a season where he recorded 15 receptions, 147 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, and honestly, there's one stat that quietly stands out. 3 touchdowns on only 15 catches. That means Patrick still knows how to produce in key situations, especially in red zone packages, short yardage situations, contested catch opportunities. Now, obviously, nobody expects Tim Patrick to suddenly become the WR2 of this offense. That's not the point. The real value here is what he brings behind the scenes, because this is exactly the type of veteran smart teams add quietly during roster construction. Here's where this gets really interesting. Tim Patrick already has connections with multiple important people inside this Jets organization, including Aaron Glenn, Darren Mougey, Steve Heiden, Chris Banjo, all from their Denver Broncos connections. And in the NFL, relationships matter, especially during a rebuild, because coaches don't just bring in players randomly. They bring in players they trust, players who understand preparation, professionalism, locker room standards, accountability. And honestly, this feels exactly like an Aaron Glenn move, because Glenn is clearly trying to build a locker room filled with veterans, workers, competitors, mentally tough players. That Detroit Lions mentality is slowly arriving in New York, and Tim Patrick fits that identity perfectly. One thing people underestimate in the NFL: young receivers need veterans around them, especially on a developing football team, because players like Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyan Sadiq Adonai Mitchell can learn a ton from someone like Patrick, not necessarily from athletic ability, but from root discipline, studying defenses, preparation habits, timing, blocking technique, understanding spacing. And remember, Patrick has survived in the NFL for years without being an elite superstar athlete. That usually means one thing: the guy understands football at a very high level. And for a young receiver room, that matters a lot. Now, this is where things get really interesting for Jets fans, because Garrett Wilson is obviously the WR1. That's not changing. Garrett is still explosive, dynamic, elite after the catch, one of the best young receivers in football. But outside of Garrett, things get very interesting, because somebody needs to emerge as the true second option in this offense. Could it be Omar Cooper Jr., a reliable chain-moving target and possible security blanket for Geno Smith? Could it be Kenyan Sadiq, the first-round rookie with massive upside and athleticism? Or maybe Adonai Mitchell becomes the X factor. And honestly, Adonai Mitchell might quietly fit this offense perfectly, because Frank Reich has always loved bigger receivers, vertical threats, physical X-type wideouts. And Mitchell brings something unique to this room: vertical speed. That ability to stretch defenses deep changes everything for an offense, especially with a quarterback like Geno Smith who isn't afraid to push the football downfield. So while Tim Patrick probably won't become the WR2, his presence gives the Jets flexibility, insurance, and veteran stability. And good football teams need that. The more you look at the Jets offseason, the clearer the vision becomes. Aaron Glenn is building a team based on the toughness, discipline, football IQ, accountability, competition, not just talent. And honestly, that's how real contenders are built. Because talent alone doesn't save bad locker rooms. The NFL is full of talented teams that collapse because the culture is weak. But the Jets seem determined to change that. Every move lately feels connected to identity, mentality, chemistry, and Tim Patrick fits that blueprint perfectly. This is the type of signing casual fans ignore, but coaches love. At the end of the day, this signing probably won't dominate national headlines, but smart football fans understand what this means. The Jets are adding leadership, depth, experience, locker room stability, the system familiarity, and when you combine that with an exciting rookie class, Aaron Glenn's new culture, you're developing offense, aggressive roster building. It starts to feel like the Jets finally have an actual plan. And honestly, that might be the biggest change of all. Now I want to hear from you, Jets fans. Do you like the Tim Patrick signing? And who do you think becomes the true WR2 this season? Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyan Sadiq Adonai Mitchell? Comment below. And as always, go Jets!